Hi everybody, Max here, bringing you another Two Aces video. Today I will be showing you how to do the ego change. This is a really cool change which allows you to change the top card of the deck into another card. This could also be used as a control, but I'll explain that in a bit. This is how the ego change looks. So if you take the top card of the deck, and I'm just going to simply pass my hand over, and it changes into the Joker. I will do that one more time. Take the top card of the deck, which is the Jack of Diamonds, and I just pass my hand over, and it becomes the Queen of Diamonds. Okay, I will now explain how to do this. What's basically happening is you are getting a double lift, and that's lifting two cards as one. So it looks like you're lifting only one card when in fact you're lifting two. I haven't made a tutorial for this, but just go look it up somewhere else on YouTube. There are many tutorials on how to do a double lift. It's very simple. So I'll skip that tutorial, but you do your double lift, and then what's going to happen is this card is going to be pulled round the deck, and then it's going to slide onto the bottom, revealing the second card, basically. And now we'll get into exactly how to do that. First of all, the grip. If you're right-handed, hold the deck in your other hand, in your left hand, and if you're left-handed, hold the deck in your right hand. I'm right-handed, so I will be holding the deck in my left hand. What the grip is if you're doing other tricks and you're just holding the cards in a normal dealer's grip, I think that it is, or whatever, you can readjust your grip just by simply taking the cards with the other hand and then readjusting your grip to this, which is your thumb on the left long side of the deck, and all your other fingers on the right or the inside edge of the deck. Notice my middle ring and pinky are sort of curled above the top, whereas my index is just resting on the side. You don't really use your index, it's more these three fingers. That's the grip you want to be in once you have your double lift. So let's go through it. So get a double lift, and once you have your double lift, get into this position. Readjust your grip so that your thumb is on the outside edge and your other fingers on the inside edge. What you're basically going to do is you are going to apply pressure with your middle finger, using that as a pivot point to then swivel the card round. So you're kind of swiveling this card round your middle finger like that. To pull the card down, you're using your pinky and your ring finger together as one, and you simply have to pull it round about that much. That's all you have to do, simply to clear this top left hand edge from your thumb here, just to clear it away. That's all that really needs to be done. So when you do strip the card away, like so, make sure that a bit of the fleshy part of your thumb is just resting over the top left hand edge corner, so that when you do try and pull away the cards, like, the two cards don't come away with it, sort of, so that the second card stays nicely in place as this one is stripped away. Okay, this movement is kind of, it's easy when you get the hang of it, but it can be difficult at first. Just practice it again and again and again. Applying pressure with your middle finger and pivot, not very much, just enough so that you can pivot the card round your middle finger with these two fingers here. Now, once you're in this position, so you've pivoted it round about 20 degrees or something like that, this is when you're going to strip the card down so that it's almost at 90 degrees with the rest of the pack. And to do that, you simply, after you've pivoted the card, you simply just, with your you basically retract your fingers, all of your pinky, ring and middle finger, you just retract them, and that just pulls the card back like so. Notice all your fingers come with it, including the index a bit. The index kind of keeps pressure on this card so that it's not falling away with these. So notice my index finger kind of stays in more or less the same position the entire time, simply to, you know, have a firm grip on the card. So you use your fingers. So after you pivot, you retract your fingers, and the card should slide down, and you should be in this position, holding it on the side of the deck, like so. Okay. This is what it should look like. So from the top, get your double lift, and then you apply a bit of pressure with your middle finger, and then with your ring and pinky, pivot, and then strip down to the side. That's the change. That's basically all it is. With this hand covering, what you're doing is right now you're stripping the card away, so that when you come back, you can only see this card, when in fact that is still there. So that's what the spectator sees. When you're in this position, you're kind of stuck because you can't stay here. So you've got to get this card to the bottom somehow. This is when your other hand comes into play. With your other hand, you come over and you grab the deck simply with your thumb and your index and middle finger, just like so. Making sure to cover about a third of the card, leaving 2/3 of the card in view, like that. You can cover half of it, but it's kind of a bit not as good. So, making sure to cover that card that's being stripped to the side, and you grab hold of the entire deck, not this card, the entire deck. With the hand that was just holding the deck, this one, you're still gripping onto this card, but just with your fingers. So you should be able to let go of this deck entirely, except that card. Once you have the deck securely in your other hand, you are then free to silently pull this card and place it on the back of the deck, like that. And then do an all-round square up and square up the deck, like so. Yeah, so from the top, get a double lift, apply some pressure with your middle finger, pivot with your pinky and ring finger, strip down, and then come over with your other hand, grip the deck, and this is the view of the spectator. They'll just see your hand kind of do that, like that sort of, and then do an all-round square up, and show that this is really just one card. Now I will get into what to do with this other hand to cover the cards. Once you have your double lift, you want to spread your palm like this and cover the entire face of the card. When some people have performed this to me, they've just done it about this much, and I could see the card being stripped away underneath, and then it just looks terrible. So make sure your entire palm, and I have fairly small hands, but I can still manage to cover the entire deck. So don't worry if you have small hands, you should still be able to do this. Cover the entire deck with your palm. Only then do you start to strip away the card down like so that you're in this position with the card already stripped away and to the side, like that. As you start to bring your palm is covering, notice it's also covering the card from the top view. Then all you have to do is just come down with your hand and grab with your fingers. So from here to here. And from the last time you've covered the card, so if I put this card back, like this, all they've seen is the card change. They don't know that you've stripped it away. So now you're in this position, and all you have to do is pull this card behind, and you can do that because you've got cover from this hand covering this card. So that's very simple, just to do that. And that's it, you've changed the card. Just to recap, double lift, King of Spades, bring your hand low, about a centimetre over the deck, cover it entirely, now start to strip the card away, come back, grip the deck firmly, bring the card behind, do an all-round square up, and that's it, you're done. Okay, now angles. Never ever perform this straight on to a person like I'm doing it, like to a spectator like I'm doing it now, because they will see the card, they will see your fingers retract like that, and they could see the card like this, and that'll just ruin it. What I always do is I turn to my left. To you this will look like the right, but I turn to my left slightly, just so that to the spectator the cards are about here. Then you can do your double lift, and then when you do cover the cards, they can't see your fingers underneath stripping it away, because it's completely on the other side of them. I mean, it's completely covered by your hand, so there is no way they will see that. You are then free to grip the deck like so, and then you're free to kind of pull that behind and do an all-round square up. They will not see a thing, I promise you, if you do it from that angle. And just at full speed again, cover card, and it changes from the hearts to the diamond, just like that. Also, when you're performing this, keep talking while you're performing the change. Just say, watch the 5 of diamonds. If I just bring my hand over, it'll change into the king. Don't be silent, because they could hear the snap and the sound of the card as you're pulling it behind. They could hear that, and that kind of slightly gives it away. If you can practice it and change the card without any sound, that's good, that's brilliant. One last thing, when you do pull the card behind, so from here, and you do that, make sure not to pull it too far, then they see that's exaggerated. Make sure to kind of practice and just pull it just right, so that it doesn't go over the deck, so that it's literally there. And then just grab the deck and do an all-round square up. Okay, thanks guys, I hope this has been helpful. Please like this video, it does help, comment if you like, and subscribe to see more. Thank you.